Hello, everybody. Good evening. Can you hear me? Yes, Simon is the first here. Very good. Today we have another Friday after so many weeks, one Friday to the next Friday to the next Friday. But that's how everything happened. Rome was not built in one day. And as it looks like, we are in the same procedure. Yeah, short story, Aaron Steinkeller, my name. I'm not sure if we will have also some new guests, but to be honest, I think the time of new guests will come in 2022, okay? Because now we are the inner core, those few hundred people who will build the foundation of our future empire. Let's say it this way, in the past, the empires were built with weapons, with conquesting, and now the empires are built online. And I'm so sure that there is so many things what will come in the universe of Connect, not just talking about the nodes, but talking about also the future projects we will create into this decentralized network. I am basically an educated school teacher. After my high school, I was a teacher and same time a part-time waiter. So I understood pretty fast, with hard work alone, I won't make it. I will need 200 years to have my financial freedom. Now, I mean, in the times of Corona, I don't want to make it funny, but in times of Corona, everybody realizes that the traditional job won't be enough, because this middle class is disappearing. I was blessed to run into network marketing 1999 in the old millennium. And it was not so easy for me to understand how to adapt to a duplication, okay? Because in network marketing, the name of the game is community. If you are able to duplicate, to find others, then you make your freedom, then you make your career, then you make your conquest, okay? And the only thing that I was always good in was in telling stories. Believe me, I am left-handed with computers, and I don't care. I have other people who usually do it for me. So I'm open. I'm not able to play here a video on this Zoom. But why I'm telling you this? Because that nobody has an excuse to say in network marketing, I need to know everything. This is totally not true. Teamwork makes the dream work. You do this where you are good in, someone else will do something where he's good in. And addition makes the big empires. And when I started in network marketing, I didn't understand it. But years later, by not quitting, I built millions of people in network marketing. What I have done, I was telling stories. I was inspiring people, telling stories, and over and over and over again. I realized that when you start telling stories to your friend circle, you might not succeed. Your friends don't want you to leave them. They want you to be at the same level. And looking back over 20 years in network marketing, I see where my friends are. I have few good friends on my phone where now in the Christmas time, I'm chatting with them, and they are good friends, but they are happy, they have family and all. I don't want to discuss this, but they are in the same place, in the same corner. They drive the same road. They have the same neighbor. They have probably the same future, and depend fully from the system. So me with my brothers, when we started network marketing, we understood that better don't trust your father state. How you say this? Vaterstaat, we say it in German. Don't trust your government. Follow the government, but the government will not feed you. The government will not take care of you. The government will not make sure that you have the life. You need to wake up. You need to do something. So you can count on one hand maybe the opportunities you can do. You can, of course, set up your own company, but you need most of the time a lot of capital to start it, right? So in our case, this with network marketing was the only thing what matters and what was possible. And today, in those days, even more than ever before, network marketing is the only thing what makes an average person from totally dependent, financially independent. And if I look back, I'm living since 2012 in Dubai. I'm a North Italian citizen in the mountains of North Italy, where we speak German and Italian. And my understanding after I learned hard lessons, you earn a lot of money. The first €1,000,000 what I earned was a big problem. Why? Because you may have money and you don't know how is it going to work with the taxes. They're coming consultants. And after we found out that consultants don't always have good intentions, okay? So 3/4 from the first million was gone. Why? Because a consultant was smarter than I was. But I learned to forgive, but not forget. Some advices: learn to forgive, but don't forget. Don't do the same mistakes again. 2012, we moved then to Dubai. And in this, especially the last years, the density of networkers in Dubai has become extreme high. There are people who come from the blockchain world, what is also a kind of networking, right? Because you create something on the blockchain and then you build a network. But the classical network marketing is the vehicle what was always the time ahead. The entire Bitcoin fanatism was also started by network marketing. People who started to create their own so-called cryptocurrency and made it mainstream. And the very fantastic opportunity we have here in Connect, guys, and you are elite. You are pioneers of a very limited, small group. Mark my words. We have now 2,000. Next year, this time, we will have empires. Some of you guys will have the same problem what I had 10 years ago. You have suddenly so much money, you don't know where to go. Because money is not always a blessing. Money is also a power. You need to know how to pay the taxes, to be compliant. And I just wake you up to dream, because what we have here is definitely ahead in time. Same as 7-8 years ago, certain companies who started the cryptocurrency wave, now the thing has changed into a kind of real decentralization, and the so-called node, this node system. What is a node? A node, in my words explained, is a kind of program you install on your computer or in a cloud, but you become part of this decentralized community. Guys, the moment we have a certain amount of people in this community, in this decentralized community, everything we touch, everything connect as mother company gives us to the network, everything will transform into gold. Not just because we have a node digger, what is a kind of digital gold mining. I mean it really seriously. All what we will have in our hand as this community, with people who are coming from all directions over the world, who have good experiences, who have bad experiences. Some of you are financially stable. Some of you might have really severe financial issues right now. I know, but don't worry. The moment you are, the fact that you are already here shows that your future will be changed. Why? Because the power of this group will suck you up to the sky. This is a fact. Surround yourself with successful people, and it will happen automatically. Just learn to copy, learn to adapt, and go with the few people here who are in this community. And especially, we have today 2 special guests here in our Zoom. You will have now a very interesting, inspirational 10 minutes from one of my heroes in network marketing. He's a titan in this industry because he started network marketing when I went to school. Can you imagine? This is many, many years back. And he is, basically, we met already 8 years ago in another company, okay? Our meeting was just a touch, a small, okay? But guys, one more advice. You meet people in your life. Always try to get good along. You never know. Most of the time you will meet a second time and a third time. So always be gentle, be respectful, and some people who might be some disturbing in your life might be very helpful next year or next month, whoever, because we cannot read the future. All is moving into a certain direction. And this gentleman, who is a very good friend of mine, is right now not here with me in Bangkok. He's not in Dubai. He's in the center of Connect. He is in Salt Lake City, in the center, together with the boss of Connect, with Wright Thurston. And I think the best is I give the word to you, Nigel. Tell us a little bit what's going on there in Utah, besides the meters of snow you have already. But you are there really to make everything the best for our community, that we get the best year ever, 2022. Nigel, the word is yours.
Wow, thank you. You've given me a tough act to follow there. Thank you. Firstly, let me just say I agree with you, what you're saying about friendship. And I think, you know, Aaron and I developed a friendship with Aaron. Nothing to do with business. We just became friends because I liked him and I felt he was a very honorable and honest person and shared similar values. The business part of it just followed naturally from that, actually. And whilst you were talking, Aaron, I was, you know, there's a lot of people on this call. Let's see how many we've got. 142 currently. And the chat was open, and I got a chat from a gentleman here whose name I haven't heard for 25 years, 30 years, Nick Nair. Hi, Nick. You can wave there. There's Nick there. And this just shows you, he kind of reminded me in his chat, he just said a small note. He said, you know, this is a long way from Larome and lifestyles. And I'm like, oh my God, I'd forgotten that. So, you know, some of you heard when I got on a call a few weeks ago, I talked about my first experiences, my indoctrination, my initiation into network marketing, which was through Herbalife, where really the first 2 years I spent with that company, I learned much more than I earned. In fact, I didn't earn anything. And I took that experience and then I parlayed it into a company called Larome, which was one of the first companies in the world selling alternative designer fragrances, or in other words, copies. And Nick was involved with that, and we got to know each other a little bit there. And then you know, if you're ambitious, you're always looking for something you can better yourself with, or make more money with, or build a bigger team with, or make more impact with, whatever it is. And the opportunity came along in 1991, 92. Oh, I'm trying to remember. 92 to 91 to launch a company in the UK called Lifestyles. Now, this was one of those first companies in the world selling the concept of a diet cookie. You remember those? You know, eat cookies, lose weight. Suited me fine because I've got a sweet tooth. And it's reminding me of that, because actually some similarities, some parallels with what we're going through here. Because, you know, if you've been around network marketing for any period of time, you know, history repeats itself. Whatever you did before is going to happen again, but it might be in a different company, in a different scenario. But basically, as I said before, it's a very, very predictable business. And the only people who don't make it or who are fazed by it are the ones who don't understand that it's predictable. Once you understand it's predictable, it's like you understand the rules of the game. And once you understand the rules of the game, you can play that game to the best of your ability. And in Lifestyles, just to give you the story, I started looking at that. I was involved in Larome. the moment that I started sniffing around lifestyles, Lerone terminated me, and I was earning at the time about £100,000 a year, £9,000 a month, and they terminated me because they didn't want somebody who was well-known and high-profile promoting another business. So they took away my income for no reason. So I actually had no choice. But here's the interesting thing: Lifestyles was an American company, and I'd been told that they wanted to open up in the UK. And I started promoting them on the belief, this was in February, I'm trying to remember the date now, February 1991, I think. I started promoting them. He's nodding, so your memory goes back. I started promoting them, saying this company is coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Because I was told it was going to open in March. Guess what? It didn't open till August. Okay? So here I was spending money I didn't have, running around promoting a company. And in those days, Nick, you remember, I was going city to city, and we were doing big meetings in different cities around the UK with no company, no product, no compensation plan, just a story and a belief that we were going to all get rich. You remember that? The few products we have, we got some samples from the USA, and I used to literally throw cookies into the audience and say, "This is what, get a taste of what's coming." And so here's the thing, and it's harder to do that nowadays because, of course, we have the internet and people have a lot more opportunities, a lot more things pulling their time. I understand that, but it's still a very valuable lesson because February, March, April, May, June, July, August, so over 6 months, we kept this thing alive before anyone could physically make any money. We kept this thing alive. And at one point I was doing meetings around the country, and Nick came to some of those meetings with 200, 300, 400 people in cities. And we had, prior to launch, 5,000 people lined up, ready, just waiting to just join as soon as they were physically allowed to sign and order product. Nowadays, I don't know how you would keep 5,000 people's interest for 5 or 6 months like that, but we did. Correct, Nick? And it was all done on passion and a dream and excitement. Now, as it happened, Lifestyles did launch in August, even though I had people who were trying to, as you were saying, also earning money can be a cross to bear as well, because as I was building this huge team of people waiting to join the company, I had another team of people trying to destroy my team. This is crazy, I know, but there was another team from the USA trying to destroy my team and destroy me. Nick, you might remember this. They were spreading rumors, telling lies, saying, Nigel's not legitimate. He signed up under the wrong line. Only our line's allowed to recruit in the UK. I mean, the nonsense people were saying, and you've got to ignore all that. People will attack you. You've got, and as Aaron was saying, the government's not going to pay your bills. Your friends aren't going to pay your bills. Your family probably won't pay your bills. So unless someone's going to pay my bills, I don't care what they say about me. Now, and they've said some pretty bad things, I'll be honest, but usually it's because of jealousy or envy, because nobody kicks a dead dog, okay? So Nick was there, he lived through that, and it was so nice to see your face, Nick, and here we are, 25 years later, and he's still my friend. So obviously I did something right, okay, Nick? So, it's all about how you treat people and how you are with people. And, at the end of the day, be true to yourself, be authentic. That if people ask me often, well, what's the secret to success in this? What's the secret to recruiting people, sponsoring people? Just be authentic, because so many people are fake. And just be yourself. And if you don't know the answer to something, say, I don't know the answer. I'll get you the answer. I'll find out. And so here we are with Connect, and we've been going for 2 or 3 months now. Again, I've lost track of the time. And yes, I see the similarities, because we've been waiting and waiting and waiting with faith and excitement and doubt, you know, which was like, is this thing really going to happen? I mean, am I really going to be able to make money again? Are these nodes going to really turn my life around? I can't answer that question for you. Only you can answer it, and only time can answer that question. But I tell you something, I'm still here. Aaron's still here. Nick's still here. You're all still here, because I'm seeing a lot of the same faces that I've seen on our calls for the last 6 or 8 weeks. You know, I haven't always spoken on the calls, but I usually tune in and watch, and it's the same core people. And all I can say to you is, and I can't make any promises, but in my opinion, based upon my knowledge, based upon my experience in the industry, based upon the fact that history repeats itself, in my opinion, your faith will be rewarded. Because I just came off another call, and Stephen Miller's about to talk in a second, who is the president of Connect, who's basically the man who's coordinating all of the little and big things that make this work and will make it work big time for all of us. And we were sorting out, you know, a few IT issues, because, you know, you can't build IT without having a few issues that need to be resolved. And I got to tell you, I'm so excited and confident based upon the team members from the IT department that Stephen brought on the call, and how receptive they were to some of the suggestions that were coming from our teams and some of our IT people that have been working with us. And I know in my heart that we're working with a very, very solid company, and we will have the most robust software, the most robust solution, and probably the most robust compensation plan ever. It's been a long struggle so far, and I know it's coming up to Christmas, and we're not earning money, and that's a bitch. But I'm telling you, I went for 5 or 6 months without earning any money with Lifestyles, and my first check was $25,000, which in those days was a fortune. I did $1 million in sales in my own downline in the first 4 weeks, in spite of actually going 5 or 6 months with that. And you take that information, you take that experience, and you parlay it. So whatever experiences you've had, you can learn how to sell them to your best advantage. Because I used that lifestyle story. I mean, I didn't talk about all the heartache, but I talked about how I'd worked for 6 months and my first check was $25,000. And I used that to make me more money. So you take your story, whatever your story is, and you can build on it and use it to sell yourself to even greater money. And there isn't a person on this call here who cannot make life-changing money in the next 12 months. I'm absolutely 100% convinced. And it's not only with Green, we've got the others coming really fast on the heels of Green. I mean, you better strap yourself in. If you want to be big, you want to make millions, and I'm not being hypey. You know, we've all been around the MLM people who talk about hype and millions and they make promises, but this is real money. If you want to make millions in the next year, you've got to grab this and don't shrink from it. You know, how rich would you be if you know there was no objective? You would just take everything you can and, you know, buy as many digger nodes and green nodes and switch nodes, whatever you feel. Because I'm telling you, this train is a freight train and it's not going to stop. And I intend just to work with this and make life-changing money. Now, just to let you know, I'm in Utah right now, in Park City. And if you know anything about Park City, it's the Beverly Hills of Utah, really, I guess. And it's high in the mountains. I'm sitting at Deer Valley Resort, and I'd like to show you out the window. I can't, but we're kind of snowed in. It's kind of white out. You can't see a thing. So I wanted to get down to the office today and see Stephen Miller. I'm not sure if I'm going to get there. And we're staying in, and by the way, this is courtesy of Wright Thurston and courtesy of the Connect organization. My family is coming in today, and we're staying in what can only be described as an MTV crib. You know, this is a 7-bedroom, 5-story cabin. Cabin is not the right word. This is more like a hotel. It's huge, and this is the kind of thing that you see on those movies. You know, you think, no, nobody really lives like that. Well, they do. And you know what? There's nothing like seeing this kind of thing to, let's see if I can show you at all. I don't know if you catch it, because I think
maybe the background is blurred.
Yeah, it's blurred. I don't know how to unblur it. But this is absolutely enormous, absolutely huge. And you need things like this. You need things like this to fuel your ambition. You need things like this to get your desire up. Because if you think small, you'll make small. You've got to think bigger than you ever thought before. And you've got to think so big that it scares you. Because you've got to get outside your comfort zone. And if you do that, I promise you, you're going to be able to make life-changing money. You're going to be able to make generational money that doesn't only set you free, it sets your family free. And, you know, Aaron talked about it, and let's not gild the lily here. This whole Corona nonsense, the Corona stuff that's been going on the last 2 years, a lot of people are not going to recover from this financially. And the days of having a regular job as a middle-class person are really very limited, because most people are going to be replaced by robots. So you need to make money now. You've got no choice. In my opinion, I've got no choice. I need to make, in the next 12 months, enough money that not only can I retire, my children are retired for the rest of their lives. I need to do that, because I know I cannot depend on a government. I cannot depend on anyone else to do that for me. And that's all I can say now. And I'm going to hand you back to Aaron. Thank you, Aaron.
Very, very good, Nigel. Thank you for your wisdom, and thank you for your recommendation. And that's just, I can repeat it. We have now the chance to do it really fast in a short period of time for generations, because some people like to do it more for others than for themselves. First of all, now we are approaching Christmas. Accept yourself, love yourself, do it for yourself. And if it's not enough, do it for your family. Important is that you get the thing done. We are anyway unstoppable, guys. Nigel?
Listen, I'm going to repeat the words of Jim Rohn, one of my mentors. And I've got a few mentors in this industry: Jim Rohn, Larry Thompson, Mark Hughes, and a few people. Jim Rohn said, when your why becomes strong, the how becomes easy. You've got to have a strong enough reason to do it. And if the reason is your family and you want them to be secure and free, it becomes easy. It's easy to deal with the obstacles. It's easy to deal with the setbacks. It's easy to deal with the attacks. Because you know what? As we keep saying, nobody else is going to do it for you. And you've got to do it. And by all means, you may say, well, yeah, there are other opportunities out there. Fine, go for them. I don't care. It's not about connect for me. It's about doing what's right for me and my family. If connect's not right for you, that's cool as well. But I promise you this, go and look at and see what else is out there. You'll soon come back to connect.
Exactly. Thank you, Nigel. And I think, guys, we should use now the time to listen to Mr. Stephen Miller. He will share some important news for us. And don't forget, we will have the raffle at the end of our session. Somebody will win a few thousand of green coins. And I will also participate. Maybe it's me. So keep attention. The word back to you, Stephen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Nigel, thank you so much for your words of wisdom. It's amazing to learn from individuals that have been in this industry and multiple industries for years, that have created wealth, lost wealth, created it again. I mean, it is so inspiring to hear from you. I met Nigel, and he didn't even remember this, but that's okay. But I met Nigel about 3.5 years ago, it's been almost 4 years now, in Thailand. And when I met him, I was impressed with the man that he was. I'm even more impressed today with the man that he is. And he stands up for what he believes in. He gets after it. He works. He doesn't complain and gripe and moan. He works for solutions and finds those solutions. And it's a joy to be able to work with him and so many other wonderful, amazing people that are here on the call as well. So thank you, Nigel. I appreciate that you're here. I wanted to touch on a couple of different things. And I know that I talked about the history a lot, so I won't hash out all of the history right now. But I want to talk about blockchain And I want to talk about mining protocols. I want to talk about mining in general a little bit, and then the mining protocols and how that's now applying to green and a lot of the other projects that we're working with. Bitcoin was built on a protocol called proof of work. And that proof of work protocol basically means your computer is plugged in, it is working, it is hashing, it's doing these different, all these different, it's running algorithms in the background and solving these different problems. It's confirming transactions that are happening on the blockchain. And as it does this work, the proof of that work is that it will solve the problem and then be rewarded for that work, right? That's one mining protocol. There are proof of stake protocols where the more coins you stake, the more you can earn. There are proof of storage protocols where you lend your storage from your particular device to a network and they utilize that storage and reward you for that storage. In the Wind blockchain, we have proof of action, which allows you to actually do certain things that assist you in the distribution process or gain you more participation in that distribution. Green works off a proof of power protocol, which is new. This is some, again, all of these different. I want to help you understand the words mining. Back 100 years ago, were relevant only in precious metals and gems, right? You didn't mine ideas. You didn't mine this digital whatever. There was no such thing as digital back then, right? So mining was very, very specific. Today, mining has grown. It has changed. As a matter of fact, we have taken this old concept of mining and we have rewritten what it is. I want to share my screen real quick if I could. I think I can. And let me just show this to you. This is a great quote. I love this quote. This is Buckminster Fuller. And he said, "You never change things by changing the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete." Okay. Now, I love this. And I'm going to couple this now with, I want to share one other thing here. On July 4th of 2018, Green was launched. Okay. There have been individuals participating in Green since then. We've talked about some of this history. But even though you weren't around in 2018 necessarily with this project, some of you have been, some of you were. You are still part of this history. I want to talk about this. On the side, I don't know if you can read this, but I'm going to read it for you. It says, on March 4th of 1922. Okay, that was almost 100 years ago. Okay. The Washington Herald ran a column. That was a newspaper, a really big newspaper publisher here in the US. They ran a column titled Ultimate Money, whose author advocated for a new form of electricity money. He said, how long before the new sort of money comes? Okay, well, it turns out it was 86 years, 9 months, and 30 days from that point until Green was launched. But I want to read this article. It says, when the world has electricity money, gold will be released for use in the arts and will be mined only for truly useful purposes. Would it not be just as well to stop mining gold for the purpose of sticking it away in a dark vault? Which is interesting now. This article actually covers two different projects that we're working on. This is 100 years ago. We're working on green electricity, so to speak, or green money that pays electricity and things like that. And of course, gold, which we're saying don't mine it anymore. Well, this article 100 years ago started talking about it. It says, if it is mined in the days of money based on electric current, the results of the miner's labor will give pleasure to humanity through the artistic and utilitarian disposition of gold, which just basically says gold will be used in different ways. We can use it for beautiful things and art and other purposes. And of course, we are now learning we can actually keep gold in ground and still have the value of that. How long before this new sort of money comes? The answer is not easy. Just now, for very practical reasons, the return to the gold standard to the world is ardently to be hoped, but it may not be so very many years before the nations of the world abolish the anachronism of gold as money or the basis of money and adopt electricity instead. So basically, with it, this is a lot of old language. Some of it's even hard for me to understand because it's just kind of archaic a little bit. But basically, what they're saying is, 100 years ago, they predicted that at some point, electricity, this electric current could be a form of value exchange. Green came about to allow individuals to utilize their electricity as a form of an asset, rather than just paying every single month, right? This proof of power protocol that Green has created is such that it marks and shows and tracks the electricity that's used in the mining process, and then rewards you for that. It rewards you for that use rather than penalizing you or punishing you for the use of this type of electricity. As a matter of fact, with Green, and as we are launching the reverse staking protocol, or reverse staking aspect of that protocol, that will allow you even more to earn Green as you use it. This is a kind of a wild concept. It's never been done before, but it was predicted 100 years ago in the Washington Herald. I wanted to share that because I thought that was so powerful. What we are doing is not revamping something. It's not revamping some old system. We are creating a brand new system that puts the old system on its head. It really just shakes that whole world. And we're doing this now not only with Green and the electrical world. We're doing this with Switch and banking. We're doing this with liberty and security. We're doing this with Blue and the health and medical world. We're doing this with Give and Charitable. We're doing this with Win and the whole affiliate model. We are turning the old models right now on their heads completely. And so I feel actually, as Nigel was talking, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I was listening really intently. And as he was talking, I got chills because I know that what he was saying is going to happen. I know that there will be people here that that Connect isn't right for, and they'll go off and they'll do something else, and that's great. But those that stick around, I can see it already. Those that stay here, that plow through, that make their why strong enough to make the how easy, right? If you can do that and do that here with Connect, I believe that you will see results you have never seen before. It will shock you, the results that you will see. And that shock will be good, because with that shock, I will tell you what happens when you're shocked because of your results. Your circle of influence expands. People start to look to you and they start to think, wow, look, you just did something I've never seen done before. That circle expands and everyone starts to see the actions that you're taking that are abnormal. These are not normal actions. Most people are okay staying in their comfort zone and just doing what they've always done because it's easy, because it's comfortable. But those of us here on this call today that are willing to get outside of our comfort zone, to plow through the hardships, the days where we, Nigel said it took him from March until August. That's March, April, May, June, July. That's 6 months that he waited with nothing, nothing to do and nothing to sell. And he pushed forward. I'm not asking anybody to wait 6 months. We are literally right around the corner here on what we're doing. We're doing some amazing pushes to fix some to upgrade our systems to make them even stronger. We are finalizing the Win blockchain automation so that's all done. So that when we get out there to start running, there's going to be nothing to slow anybody down. And I'm telling you right now, those that come out the gate running, that have a strong why, like I said before, you're going to be shocked. And with that shock, that's going to actually create a shock wave, and it's going to influence everybody around you. They're going to see it and they're going to want to follow you. And I'm telling you right now, because I've experienced this already. Nigel's experienced this. Aaron has experienced this. When you start to see that, when that shock wave continues to expand, everybody wants to know what's going on. Everybody wants to understand, and everybody will want to participate, and you will be able to bless their lives. Okay? That's what's going to happen. I already see it. Hopefully you can see that too. Hopefully you're catching that vision a little bit, because this is real and this is what's happening. And I'm so excited for it. So I'm gonna switch gears just a little bit now. You're all on this call. We've got 160 people on the call, which means We have 160 extremely smart people who are in the running right now for an amazing raffle. You know, we've had a raffle the last 3 days. We had a winner of 5,000 green, of 7,500 green, and then a winner of 10,000 green. Today we are giving away 15,000 green. Okay, and the question is simple, but you're going to have to answer it, and you're going to have to actually give that right to me. Make sure you're messaging that to me directly. The first person to answer this question is going to win the 15,000 green. Okay, and here's the question. Is everybody ready? No, not ready. Not ready yet? Okay, well, we'll wait for just a second. Can you? Are we, are we ready?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. I'm getting some people waving at me, so I wasn't sure what's going on. Oh, we're ready. Okay, here we go. You ready?
No, wait,
hey.
Stephen. Some people are saying no. So, is the chat? Do we need to
enable
the
chat not
chat
open
or something? Do we need to enable the chat? I don't know.
Oh, maybe the chat's not enabled.
Wait.
Well, allow participants to unmute themselves. Is that the answer? Is that the thing?
No, unmute.
Maybe
Tony.
Sorry, we're not technical.
Me?
Okay, can everyone chat now? I think I just enabled it. Okay, good. That was okay. We got it. Everyone can chat now. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Okay, here's the question, and what is and it has to do with green. Okay, just so you know, this has to do with green. What is green's special protocol? Okay, we got answers. Here we go. Hold on. All right, let me find the first. It looks like the first one that came in is from Cam. Okay, he got it right. Proof of power. Proof of power is the protocol, so you all got it right. Cam got that. Cam, send in your green address, please. We'll get that to you. The 15,000 green over to you. Thank you, everybody. I will be sending all of those out, by the way. Just so you know, I haven't sent them out yet. I will be sending those out today, so you will get those rewards for the last 4 now raffles. And thank you, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Back to you, Aaron.
Thank you. Fantastic. So another 15,000 greens. Guys, let's prepare for an amazing week. We are running into the Christmas week, and I have a feeling we will have a very good Christmas surprise. We will have the notes running. We will have our back office. We will start, even in the Christmas week, we will start with training about the compensation plan. Why? Because success starts where the masses stop. So the moment where everybody says, oh, I want to lay back, I am for keep on pushing, let's go hard, because then we are prepared for 2022. And we don't have now, we cannot allow us to say, okay, let's wait 2 weeks. Let's get it when we get it in our back office. Let's go wild, let's go really hard. Nigel, you have now blurred your background, so show us your castle, please, because it's worth to see.
It's amazing. It really is amazing. And it's on 5 floors, 7 bedrooms. It's got its own gym, its own cinema, and we're in the mountains in Utah. This isn't how millionaires live. This is how billionaires live. And you need to get your why up. You need to get your ambition up to live like this. And it's certainly done it for me. I mean, you know, even the light shams, you know, this is elk horns, and I mean, it's just amazing. And I can't show you outside. Let's see. It's been dumping with snow, so the skiing is going to be awesome now. And we're here for like 3 weeks, so I'm really excited. So I'm here to enjoy a family holiday, but also to get together with the Connect team and, you know, work on solutions and, you know, work closely together as well. So thank you, everybody. And this, by the way, every one of us on this call can have this lifestyle. I mean it. So thank you.
Fantastic. Guys, we won't take too much of your time. Go back, write your name list, contact your friends, invite them for tomorrow's call. We will have some fantastic news tomorrow, because every day is now the day where Santa Claus comes and gives us the new gift. We will be, I feel it in I'm 22 years in network marketing, and I have never been that excited like now. And those who know me, they know I don't stop. We will go for 10 million people in this community. We will move mountains together. Nigel, you're unmute.
Remember what I said on the last call, and I'm going to repeat it again because truth doesn't change. You're as close right now to being rich as you'll ever be without being rich. This is as close as you'll ever be to being rich without actually being rich. You're that close. And it's going to happen.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Nigel. See you tomorrow on the call. Have a good day. Have a good work. Have a good night. Bye.